What is going on, IPBL fans? My name is Frosty, aka the Alpha Like and Rock, and today I'm here bringing you our Week 2 battle against Caleb and his Lehigh Valley Iron Tepigs. Forgive me if I butchered that name, but basically the Iron Tepigs. I know it's late, and it's a late video getting this out and finally getting it recorded, so there's no team builder, but as you can see, the team I brought was Tyranitar, Gourgeist, Primarina, Scolipede, a specially defensive Latios, and a curse setup Miltank with Scrappy. So it was a very interesting match with this one, and as you can see from his team, he brought Electros, Terrakion, Volcanion, Gliscor, Azelf, and Kyurem. So the biggest threats on the team was definitely that Terrakion, as Terrakion just does a lot of stuff to me, but I do have a counter in it with Gourgeist. As long as he's not carrying knockoff, I am physically defensive Gourgeist, so I should be able to handle that pretty well. And then also Latios, Scolipede can outspeed it once it's damaged and take it out, so I don't have to worry too horribly much about that. So with that, let's get into the match. It was a very interesting match, so I'm going to kind of explain what I felt about it. Tyranitar is a physically offensive with some investments in special, and basically the HPs and special defense and some of the defenses, so it's kind of a mixed. With that, let's just get right into the match. I'm not going to waste any time. Like I said, I'm already late putting this video out, so I was late pretty much on most of my matches getting them out this last couple weeks. So as it is, he issues a challenge. I had a feeling he would lead off with this Electros, and I was kind of right about it, as I just lead off with Guzrillas. I want to get my sand up, and I kind of want to scout and see what this thing is. I want to see if it's physical or specially offensive. Also, when I see this, I want to try and get my rocks up, as rocks are definitely going to play key into this match for me. So I go for Stealth Rock, and actually by this information, I see that I outspeed it, which is good information for me. So I know that I am faster, as he actually is packing Drain Punch, so he is a physically offensive variant here. I'm sorry if you guys hear something in the background. It is very hot and my fan is on, so it's going to be in the background for the entirety of the video, so I'm just going to do that. So he goes for Drain Punch, he pops my Tropical Berry, and he does gain a little bit back, but he's going to take some sand damage. So here I don't want to take another one, so I just decide to go into Blair, as if he goes for it again, I'm going to be immune to it. And I can also see if it's got an Assault Vest on it, which I do see it is Assault Vested. So here he just goes for the U-turn, which is fine because I'm physically defensive, and I think I take neutral damage from it. So so here he goes into Claire, which is his Kyurem. It's a good move on his part, and I'm glad I got it. I'm glad I got the rocks up, because rocks and sand are going to buffet this thing down. And if it's a scarf set, or I still don't know what kind of set this is going to be. I haven't seen any items on it yet, so I'm still not for certain what kind of set this is. So here I just decided I'm going to switch out, as I'm going to go into Calliope, which is my Primarina. Primarina's hard counters this easily all day, every day, unless he's packing a Sludge Bomb, but it's actually packing Substitute. So this is also kind of a weird, it's a good set, because Substitute and Roost is a really good set. So I'm a little fearing of the Roost here. As he is behind this sub, I want to try to see if maybe he goes for an attacking move. Maybe he doesn't have one, but he goes for the Earth Power here, as I decided I'm going to click the Hyper Voice. I am Assault Vested, so I'm going to take little to no damage on this. And Hyper Voice will hit behind it. And I see that he's Life Warped, which is good information for me to know that he's a full attack variant, which just makes him puts him in even more. So I miss out on the KO, but Tyranitar is going to pick it up with the sand, which is good here. So I immediately get one of my biggest counters to Blair out of the way, to my Gourgeist, so he doesn't have too horribly much that can handle my Gourgeist. Here he goes into his Terrakion. I'm not for certain exactly what he wants to do here, as I do know that he is going to get the bonus for being in the sand. So here he just goes for the Stone Edge. He connects. I know it's going to do some damage, but he can't KO me with it, as I go for the Scald. I know I can't I don't think I can KO from this range. The calc said I couldn't, but I actually did quite a bit more than I thought I did, and I unfortunately don't get the burn. So that actually plays key, because if I had gotten the burn, he would have died this turn, and he would not have survived, which would have been really good for me. So here I just go into Blair, as I know either another Stone Edge or something else is coming, and I see he's rocking the Rocky MZ, so I'm like, okay, can I take a Rocky MZ Stone Edge after this Earthquake? And so I'm like, you know what? I can take it. I do the calcs after this and I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm in enough HP and I'm in enough percentages that I can take this and I can still live it. I'm going to go for the seed bomb here, as I'm pretty sure he's just going to pop the Rock EMZ, as he does pop the Rock EMZ here. And I need a charger, because apparently my DS is dying. So he just popped this. I'm like, okay, it's fine. He's going to get a lot of damage off, but I have Wish Pass on Latios, so I can maybe Wish Pass into this later, or, you know, maybe get a Wish off and try to get something into this thing, and I don't have to worry about it. But I don't have to worry about that anyways, because he gets a crit. So my RNG luck from the last game, because remember, I played Frawls in the last game, so if you saw the last video I put out, it was against Frawls. I literally did this match 2 days after that battle. So my RNG luck has still carried over with me. So I'm like, great. This is absolute BS, as if he hadn't crit me there, I was going to KO this damn Terrakion. But he switches out, and luckily that's good for me because I know he won't survive rocks, as he does bring this thing in. So I'm like, okay, this must be a physically offensive, this must be either a full physically offensive variant, or it's a defensive variant with Poison Heal, as I do see it, so I'm expecting this to be a Poison Heal. Here, I'm scouting for Toxic, so I just go for a quick Aqua Tail just to reveal that I have Aqua Tail, which is kind of dumb because I should have popped I should have popped the Water EMZ, as I did have Water EMZ on this thing, and I should have gone for it, because if I had gone for it, I would have KO'd that thing in one shot and not having to take the Stone Edge damage. So I'm a little upset that I had to take that damage, but it is what it is. I screwed up, and I should have just popped the Water EMZ, and then no matter what he brings in, I can either Earthquake, I can go for Spikes, I can go for whatever he wants here. He goes into Vesuvius, very good plays. He knows another Aqua Tail is coming. This Aqua Tail heal plays very pivotal in the match, because that heal really gets me in the end of the game. So I definitely did not want that. Here I should have probably just gone for the Earthquake instead of switching out, just to kind of sack this thing off, because I had other ways of dealing with this. But I also wanted to see if I can get a Wish over to it, as he just goes for Flamethrower, which is fine because Latios is going to eat that up. Latios eats that easily. I mean, look at it, 30 points of damage. Plus I get Leftovers Recovery, so it doesn't even less than that. So I think it does, what does it do? It does 19 points of damage. So it does literally no damage to me. Here I'm just going to reveal that I have Wish, that I'm a specially defensive variant, and I'm full specially defensive, so I don't really have any I don't have any physical defenses on this. So as I was supposed to have Gourgeist to go with it, as Gourgeist handles a lot of the stuff that this thing doesn't. So but it is what it is. And so here he goes for that. He gets the burn, as I just go for Wish, and on the next turn I'm just going to go for the Dragon Pulse. I want to get some damage off. It should do about 30%, which is about what I needed to do. I needed to do some damage to this thing, as I needed to start getting it within range of Scolipede, because I have a feeling that it's going to come down to Scolipede versus this thing, or that I need to get it so that way if Scolipede Earthquake can kill it. If I had when I got KO'd by the Rock EMZ, if I had Shadow Sneak, I would have Shadow Sneaked and KO'd it before I ever took that Rock EMZ damage, which sucks because that would have been a way better play. But I didn't bring the priority on that this week. So here he goes into Electros. I think I go for another. Do I go for? Yeah, I go for another Dragon Balls, because I know I can. I don't know if he's going to switch out or not. I mean, I'm not too worried. I'm at full health. I'm trying to get this thing as low as I can. I see it does about 22%. So I need to try to get this thing down as much as I can. I also need to scout to see if it's got knockoff. So as he reveals in this turn, he actually, as I reveal, I'm just going to go for another Wish. I'm going to scout for the knockoff and see if he's got it, and see if he's fully physical. And by this damage, I see that he is actually fully physical. He is fully physical. There's, you know, physical U-turn, all of that. So I know that I cannot take another. I need to see how much damage he does with that knockoff without an item to determine whether I can stay in here, Wish, and then Dragon Pulse it down. So now I'm not getting my extra residuals, so now this burn is definitely going to whittle me down a little bit easier. Here I kind of wish I had Recover, as Recover would have been a lot nicer. So here I just go for another Wish. And I'm going to kind of scout and see how much damage this does, you know. So it still does a clean chunk of damage, which is still like 70 some odd damage. So I just need to get this thing brought down. And at this point, I probably should have just sacked it off. I should have just gone for I should have protected and then gone for 2 Dragon Pulses to get this thing within range of somebody else. But here I decided, you know, now is the time to switch over. And if I take a knockoff on this, I can get into it very easily. So here I go into Miltank. He doesn't know that he thinks I'm physically defensive, but I'm actually cursed setup. So here I just decide to go for a a body slam just to kind of body slam and hopefully paralyze that one Mon, as he just brings in Tobin here as I go for the body slam. And it does a good chunk of damage, but with Poison Heal, I actually, I believe the range is it's taken out if it's fully defensive. It's just out of range of being that, so I need to get 2 curses up, or a couple of curses up, because I can set up in this thing's face. If this thing I can easily set up on. And I'm rocking Heal Bell and I'm rocking Milk Drink, so I don't have to worry about being statused. Here he just goes for knockoff. I'm at +1. It's not going to do anything. And as I know, I can 1v1 this thing easily. I can easily get to +6 and start doing some damage. So here he reveals Sword Stance, and I'm like, okay, this is a physically offensive variant, and this now changes everything because now I have to stop setting up because he can out Sword Stance my curses and do lots of damage to me before I can KO him. So at this range, at this +2, even with this Poison Heal, he is still just within range of KO. So he's within range to get KO. It's still a good roll in my favor. So here he just goes for the Earthquake, as it sucks that I have to now take a +2 Earthquake against my +2 defense. So I'm basically just taking a neutral Earthquake. Here I go for the Body Slam, and I KO it, but I got the crit. I don't think the crit didn't matter. So that crit really just didn't matter at all. Here he sends out Atlas, and I'm like, okay, you know, here comes the Terrakion. I'm like, good, the Terrakion's gonna come in, take rocks damage. It's dead. There's no way it survives. I knew it was too low. Like I said, if I had Shadow Sneak, I would have Shadow Sneaked and killed it on that turn. So I wouldn't have had to worry about taking that Rocky MC hit. So here I just kind of I'm like, okay, I'm fully specially defensive, and this is a roll for him to KO me, and he actually gets the roll. As I was going for Body Slam here, Body Slam was a guaranteed KO. If I had survived with 1 or 2, which I thought I could have, I would have KO'd that thing. So here I just bring in Goozrilla, as I am rocking Pursuit for Goozrilla. So I just my thing here is to just click Pursuit. I have it. He reveals Energy Ball, which is fine because he's taking me down pretty low, but he's also taking himself down pretty low. I go for the Pursuit. This is a guaranteed KO. It does like 65% normally, even if he didn't switch out. So it was a guaranteed KO from after that Life Orb damage. Now here, he brings in Escalators again, this thing, and this is the biggest play of the match. This is the biggest turning point right here. So with this, I go for Stone Edge, and if I hit, it's guaranteed to KO, and I win. I miss. This determined the entire match because this 22 HP he gains off of the heal from this Drain Punch puts him out of range of a Moonblast. So even with the sand, he got put out of range. So here I go into Alexstrasza, as I'm like, okay, I'm gonna, I know I can't KO it, and so I'm gonna let the sand do the thing. I'm gonna get a Wish off because with another sand turn, it's a roll to KO this thing with Moonblast. So that Drain Punch and that Stone Edge miss was huge, as this potentially costs me the match. This could potentially cost me the match. So he takes another 6%. He's just about ranged of my Calliope. So if I KO this thing with a Moonblast, even though it's assault vested, I will get the Wish, and I'll be able to put myself back up to a good positioning here. And I missed the KO due to that 22 that he gained off of the Drain Punch. So I missed it. We just missed out, and I lose my biggest one here. So here, I don't know what else to do. So I'm like, okay, Sand, I believe, had one more turn. I thought Sand had one more turn. It said it had one more turn of Sand. So I go for the Protect, as I'm just going to let the Sand kill this thing. And then it's basically going to come down to EQ versus him. If he's got Sugar Berry, he's going to survive it and he'll get it. But the Sandstorm subsides, and I'm like, you have got to be kidding me. How bad is my luck that T-Tark Sandstorm ends the turn? So I go for Aqua Tail, and luckily I don't miss it here. So now it comes down to Volcanion versus Scolipede. He's going to take the 25%, and this is where the heal comes in, because if the heal hadn't happened, he would have been put definitely within range that even a Shuka Berry is still a guarantee. It's still a guaranteed kill. As the 25%, he would have definitely been within range. So here I go for the Earthquake. He is Shuka Berry. So at this point, I'm like, great. I don't think I can get this. I don't think I can get it at all, unless barring I crit and I get it down. I'm like, oh my god, I almost got it, and it actually was a crit, but it just wasn't high enough to get it. So that heal at the end was definitely, the heal that he got from the Aqua Tail earlier in the match definitely played a big picture. If I had popped Rocky MC, I could have EQ'd this thing, taken the flamethrower, and it would have been an entirely different match. So here, we lose 1-0 in just a brutal loss, just a brutal 1-0 victory, because in a brutal 1-0 loss to us, because we had this match won. It was a won match. This match was won. 3 things happened that turned this completely to his favor, and this was another thing, another case of RNG like handing it to my opponent. The crit on the Rocky MZ Stone Edge, that crit hugely mattered. He would not have KO'd my Gourgeist had it been that way. And I was going for Seed Bomb. I was going for the Seed Bomb kill. So had he not crit that, he would have lost Terrakion earlier, and I still would have had Gourgeist as sack fodder later on for something else. Like I could have brought it in on Psychic. I could have, and then I could have got a switch into Latios, or I could have got a switch into T-Tar for free, and then I could have KO'd that freaking Gourgeist, and then I still would have had this thing. I still would have had Gourgeist to possibly even just, you know, do some small damages to it on the physical side to guarantee that I could get, you know, some damage off on it. But, you know, the heal on the Aqua Tail, not going for the Water EMZ Aqua Tail immediately. I was scouting for the Protect because I didn't want to blow it, because Protect still survives, but I still should have done it anyways just to do it. And so that was kind of my fault on that one. The Stone Edge miss. That is the biggest play right there. This is what happens. I hit Stone Edge. Escalators dies. He now has Volcanion. I go for Stone Edge again, sack off Tyranitar. If he goes for Steam Eruption and misses, and Tyranitar hits Stone Edge, he dies, and I win the match 4-0. If he hits the Steam Eruption, Tyranitar dies. I come in with Latios. Latios does a Dragon Pulse, because I outspeed it. I guarantee it outspeed it, because I remembered that I outspeed it. I Dragon Pulse, do the damage, bring it down some more. We're doing another 30%. Put it at about probably 17-18%. Steam Eruption goes off. If it doesn't kill, if it doesn't kill, and I possibly die to burn. If I don't and I survive both, Latios wins it and I win 3-0. If Latios dies, I bring in Scolipede, Protect to guarantee my outspeed, and then I Earthquake through the Shuka Berry and KO it. And I win the match 2-0. But no, that Stone Edge miss basically handed my opponent a free win, because at that point I didn't have anything. Yes, I could have gone for Dragon Pulse, but he had an Assault Vest. I thought it was within range to get killed by that Moonblast. And I missed out because he got that Drain Punch off and got the 20 extra HP from that. So he should have been within range of that Moonblast, but he was not because of that, because of the HPs, you know, just because the HP he got. So as it is, my opponent gets extremely lucky that RNG just extremely hates me. And he picks up a 1-0 win. I mean, physical Electros, such an awesome set. I was really happy with that. The Rocky MZ Terrakion was one thing I definitely did plan him bringing. It was either that or it was going to be Grassy MZ. It was either Grassy MZ Volcanion or Rocky MZ Terrakion. And I really thought it was going to be Grassy MZ Volcanion, because I thought he would expect me to bring my Water Absorber. Because if I had brought my Vaporeon would have walled that thing the whole way. I would have walled that thing to oblivion with that. And then I could have wished over and I could have used an offensive Latios instead. But it is what it is. And I mean, I'm happy that Calliope was able to, you know, she almost got a kill. She just barely missed out on that Kyurem kill, which sucks, but it was good either way. As soon as I saw him set up behind a sub and I still had stand up, I was like, I gotta get this. I gotta do the Hyper Voice. I gotta go for the Hyper Voice. Because I can't afford to take 2 attacks, and Hyper Voice should KO it. If not, it'll put it within range of sand. But this was an extremely tough loss. After what happened with Thralls and the whole RNG that happened there, and then what happened here, it was just an extremely tough loss. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, please like, comment, subscribe as always. We face Cress. I just know him as Cress. I believe it's the Adelaide something on others. Please forgive me, I don't remember. So I will talk to you guys later. I hope you guys enjoy the video. Please, as always, like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you in the next battle. All right, bye.